to Chemistry in the AM. I'm your host, Joel Shindon. I was going to make up a name. Anyways, we took the first part of the class to review for the acid base, but here we are. We're going to now do a full-blown balancing reaction with this. It's got two half reactions. We're putting all our steps together. And balancing, we got this in front of us, our 5 rules for acidic solutions. I'm all about smile faces, you can. Smile all the time. So the first thing we do is separate into half reactions. Step 1, right? Separate into 2 half reactions, balance what you can without worrying about hydrogen or oxygen. So I think it's obvious that the HClO2 is a half reaction with the Cl2. When you separate into half reactions, do not worry about oxygen. Don't worry about hydrogen. Okay. Then the other one is the iodine, iodide, HIO, IO. Okay. So we've separated into half reactions. This is step 1, right? What do you do with step 1? Then you look at that and see if anything can be balanced other than hydrogen or oxygen. So I looked at this, HClO2, Cl single, Cl2, so we need a 2 in front of it. Well, that's step 2. I'm still on step 1. I'm doing colors. She's like I said, you're like that. Alberta Einstein. Bertha Einstein. Anyway. So then step 2, as you were saying, add water to balance oxygen. 1 half reaction at a time. So I see that there is 2 times 2. There's 4 oxygens. We need 4 oxygens on the right-hand side. Step 2 says 4 oxygens, 4 waters.
Yeah, because it's why don't we have never mind, I get it.
We're learning, that's okay.
I thought you were only supposed to eat, and I was like, what?
This is for balancing for oxygen.
Yeah, I see that.
Very cool. Now, the other one is a single water meter. I think there'll be no questions. We're doing step 2, but for both reactions. Yes, that's why I give you the rules. Because you get the wrong answer if you don't follow them. Maybe. We'll let you do your way on your mind. They take a little longer. Okay. There's 2 hydrogens there. There's 4 times 2, there's 8. So we need 6. 6 Well, you did it. Okay, let it happen. So then what? The other one. Let's see here. Sometimes, though, by the way, sometimes the oxygens are all balanced, or sometimes the hydrogens are all balanced. That's it. But 2, I didn't need to make it. 2, 1, so I need a group of 1 hydrogen. Then you're already on the electrons. Okay. So the next step is balance for charge using electrons. High side down to the low side. So on the left of the first equation, 6 positives and 0. So that's a height of charge of 6. 0 and 0. So 6 has to come down to the low side. So we need 6 electrons for this first equation. And I heard Isaiah already say 2 electrons. Double check. Quite right. -1 is the low side. +1 is the high side. Right. So +1 comes down to the low side, -1 with 2 electrons. Not always coming down to 0. I see that I'm going to need them before I add them up. Because that's the next step. So I have 6 electrons on the left, 2 electrons on the right. I need to multiply the whole second equation by 3. So I'm going to just insert the 3's in here. 3, 3, 3, 3. This becomes 6. Now we have as many electrons being thrown out. One half reaction. First half reaction is taking. Incidentally, I didn't ask you this, but oil ring. How should I identify which one's oxidized, which reaction represents the reduction? Reduction is gaining electrons, right? Oxidation is losing electrons. The first reaction, which one is it? I'm asking that first. Okay, no, go ahead, ask your question. Sure. I'll backtrack a little. Yeah. So you can see the different color. I have 2 electrons here. Yeah, just like adding fractions and stuff like this. I have 1/6 plus 1/3. I would multiply, or 1/6 plus 1/2 out of 6 out of 2. I multiply that fraction. Same idea. Absolutely. So there we are. Now we can add the reactions because you have to make sure by design that you cancel out all the electrons. It's the only way this works, no leftover electrons. Then you just write down left to right what you have. 6H plus. Because if I didn't do that and I added this up, it wouldn't be balanced. It gives the 3H2O and 3I, otherwise it wouldn't have 3H2O. Well, darn, that's something else here. I forgot. I was busy talking. I'm going to backtrack here. Yes. I believe I made that mistake. Also, what else is in common now that we're not doing half reactions? We actually have other things. And typically, the hydrogens and the waters will cancel out. You see how you have 4 waters versus 3 waters? Which side has more? The right hand side has 1 more. So I'm going to scratch. So I'm going to scratch out all 3 of these waters, cancel with 3 of these 4, and I'm left with 1. I don't need to write enough of them, but just so you know what I'm thinking. And then the H plus, hydrogen ions. On the left, we have 6. We have 3 on the right. All 3 of these cancel. A difference of 3 on the side that has more. Thank you for the further ahead. I'm getting 100% in my own course anymore. I taught chemistry for 24 years. And only once, and that was about 9 years ago, I had one student who could balance that black equation without writing down the half steps. I said, give me a break. Well, why do we have to do this? He was one of those guys. Like, he was really smart, as you guys are too. But he said, but no, it's just easy. You can just see that you just need 1 water on this side and move it. I said, okay, wait a minute. Try this problem. I need to just do them. I need to come up with the final line. I've never met anyone else who's ever done that before. Anyways. extremely smart. I was going to say his name, but I'm being recorded and I shouldn't say his name.
Where is he today?
I'm not sure.
Write his name down. And make it, so it come up on Facebook. No, I mean, I like him.
I'm not going to write it down.
I want to know who this man is to find.
He is a very brilliant person. Let's take a look at your worksheet. Oh. Well, I paused it while we were talking about it. 2A. I'm trying, I think I did what I should. Second, page 632, yeah. Try 2A right now. That's it. Go for it, guys. 2A. 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 Page 632 on the handout. On the handout of various questions. Okay. That's what you're doing right now. I'll just jot out the have reactions because you got to get going on this. Try this one. It's your homework.